Hi, this is Greg Mona, aka Master Moo, and this is our first time going live to listen and share and ask questions at whatever comes up, or any reactions, positive or negative, to the musical visual artworks that I've been posting here on TikTok and also on YouTube and on my personal site as well. Check out the links. And any questions that you might have, or anything that you want to share, positive or negative, it's fine. Haters are welcome, but lovers are preferred. And yeah, so the doctor is in, and okay, yeah. Um, you may be, yeah, you may be wondering about how these pieces are created, how they're composed, or what my artistic process or compositional strategy or goals are. And some people have been asking about that, and I'd like to share that in ways that might be clear to you. Yeah, I will avoid technical chit chat and try to, communicate in terms which make sense to you. You don't have to be a trained musician or anything like that. I am a trained musician, but I will, you know, express my ideas in a way which is appropriate to you. Yeah. Um, yeah. These are real composed pieces. I know it may not sound the way, but it is. I start with specific sounds that I choose, and then I look at in terms of their rhythm and possibilities of harmony. Hello, and each of these pieces are excerpts from larger works that are run from about 16 to 21 minutes in length, with three sections or movements: a kind of a beginning section, an exposition, you might say, a second part, which is a kind of a development, and then there's a conclusion, which is mostly a recap of the big chord, and it sort of fades out note by note until you just go from the highest frequency to the lowest frequency. And I think of them frequencies. I think of them as notes. Like I think of them as like notes in an orchestra, like like flute, oboe, clarinet, whatever, going down to the double bass. That's how I think of it. I don't know how you think of it. Just you know, type in a chat on the chat. Type in a question, and I'll respond. I'd be interested to see how you respond. I'd be interested to think. Hello to Tran Inc. And hello Tuong V. Hello, hi. And hello, welcome. And yes, sure, yeah. This is a type of musical meditation. These pieces are designed for maximum continuity and stability. What I'm trying to do is to establish a kind of a maximal flow of consonants using sounds which might sound dissonant, so the initial sounds might sound out of tune or weird, but I'm actually trying to get harmonic and rhythmic relationships and melodic relationships between these sounds that actually coordinate and gel together and form a type of a consonance, to create consonance out of dissonance. This is my goal as a composer. And and I hope it can work that way for you. Yeah. So I'm trying to integrate disparate sounds, which on their own may not work together, but I'm trying to get them to work together in a logical musical composition. And the videos, which were generated using an oscilloscope type program, are designed to coordinate and to create a one-to-one correspondence with the sounds so that you can stay focused on the sounds. So in case you were wondering what comes first, like the image or the sound, really the sound comes first, and the image is synced up to that. Well, it shouldn't be complicated. You should just sit up with good posture. So, and just breathe. So, I mean, wherever you are, just maybe sit up in your chair, put a little, straight spine, shoulders, head, relax, breathe, and just listen and stay with it and give yourself a break. I try not to multitask while you're doing that. I mean, we're talking and I'm reading comments and I'm responding. So less technically, this is just a way to check in with your listening, your perception of sound, and to try to break down any sense of opposition between where the sound is coming from and how you're experiencing it. So what we're trying to get to is just a completely simple experience of sound that doesn't break into outside or inside. We should just try to relax and hear the sound and let it be something that is inside of us. It's not coming from me, it's not coming from outside. I work really hard to create these sounds so that they sound natural, so that they reflect natural states of our own brain waves and our own hearing. Yeah. Yes, I am. Is it like listening to music like working out in the gym? To a certain extent. I mean, you're working out in the gym, you've got to be really mentally distracted because you got to keep balance and you can't fall off of the machine. So this is more for like sitting in one place and just staying focused. I think if you're doing other activities while you're doing that, it might be too distracting. Is there a deeper meaning to it? Yes. It's, for me, the deepest meaning is relating to my perceptions in a pure way, in a way which is not distracted, and a way which is not broken into self and other. I want to listen with complete concentration without thinking it's coming from outside or inside, but where there's just the sound and where I'm not getting in the way of it. This is what my sort of lifelong goal as a composer is. And this is what I want as a listener. And I want to share that with you as listeners. So I want to achieve that totally undistracted state of being completely present with sound myself, and I want you to have that same experience. And to me, this is the deepest meaning, the tremendous deepest emotion of music really comes from that, when you can just be completely with the sound without any spacing out, without any daydreaming. And when you get to that, it's such a deep emotion. It's the deepest emotion. It's being in love. It's falling in love with sound. And it's heartbreaking, it's emotional, it's happy, it's sad, all at once. And for me, it's deeply spiritual. This is for me how I relate to my concept of God or the divine. So I'm not here to preach, except the Church of Music. No, I mean, in my own way, I'm trying to get to and to share my most deepest revelation of sound, what that means to me. And for me, music on the deepest level is a revelation of God in sound. No, whatever that means to you. In a secular sense, the we can just take God to mean the totality of cosmic information, the totality of self-aware cosmic information. And we experience that through our sense perception. And one of our sense perceptions is sound. It comes in through our ears, through air vibrations. And the sound that comes into our ears through air vibrations matches the actual frequencies of rhythms that are going on inside of us, in our brains, in our nervous systems, in our breathing, in our lymphatic systems, and all of our biorhythms. And when those rhythms and those frequencies match up through concentration, we can experience like a very deep level of connection to our conscious and our unconscious, and really even on our subconscious states of perception. And this is the goal for me. I'm doing this because I am a damaged, broken person struggling in the dark, struggling for wholeness. And every day is a struggle for me. And it may be a struggle for you as well. And I'm trying to establish this wholeness through patterns of sound. And to the extent to which I can succeed in doing this, I want to share it with you. I apologize if that sounds like pretentious or bullshit, but this is what I do feel. And okay, we can just sort of hang out. Hello to Queen Yanni. Again, if there are any, thoughts or responses. I know my way of speaking may seem kind of pedantic or theoretical, and but I'm trying to speak from the heart. If the words or the terms I'm using are weird or don't make sense, just send a message on the chat, and I'll try to rephrase things in a simpler way, in a way which is more clear and hopefully completely free of bullshit, because we have plenty of that in the rest of our lives. Um, Yeah. I hope this helps you get through your day. Oh, all right. All right. All right. Technical. This is the first time we're doing this, so we're trying to work out some of the technical things. So if you should be able to hear the actual soundtrack of the video. So we're working on getting the balance better between the music and my voice. The focus should be less on my voice and like maybe more on the music. And I'm just here as a kind of a live blogging commentator. I'm just giving color commentary or the play-by-plays. So, oh, okay. I was just saying hi to someone who joined. Okay. Sure what these icons represent. Oh, hello. Hi, but so whoever you are, just feel free to, you know. Hello, Lisa Haney, 33. And hello, Heartpuff. Hello, Lynn Frangiulo. Hello, Rose. Hello, Fingerheart. Hello, Gigi. Hello, Game Controller. Hello, Tiny Town. We're just hanging out and sharing our responses to the background, my musical compositions and videos. And and any questions or queries, positive or negative, that you may have about how these, how I got the idea for these, and what the goal is, how they're supposed to be interacted with, and how the video relates to the audio, how the audio relates to the video, how the audio is posed, the if you're a theory nerd, I can answer all sorts of uh, music theory intensive questions about the harmony and the counterpoint and the rhythm and the structure of these pieces. So if you want to get into heavy theory discussions, I'm up for that. About yeah, the counterpoint and the retrograde structures and the prime number relationships that generate the larger um, events in the music, how the surface melody and harmony are are sort of surface level um, man, uh, oh hmm, all right, does that work? Do I need to quit and reopen? Okay, all right. Um, yeah. this is our first time going live, and there may be technical glitches, and I'm trying to keep track of any responses that you. Hello, Film XL. Hello, and hi, welcome, and I realize this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but for some of us it is. Some of us can find it enjoyable, and someone coming from a more, even from a more traditional classical music background may think that this is not even music at all, that it's just a kind of noise. And, you know, uh, for me, it's not just noise. For me, it is a kind of actual electronic music. I write other kinds of music, like with regular, traditional, play the piano and sing, and I have songs and also instrumental tracks, strings and things like that. This is very abstract. This is just electronic sound, sine waves, really, if you know what those are, and and uh, and they're designed to be as gentle as possible. They have a type of each sound has a type of a beginning and a middle and end that we call an envelope that you know goes from 0 to the maximum to 0, and that's called a sinusoid. So these are collections of sinusoidal sine waves in like very specific rhythmic and melodic relationships that create the overall composition that you hear. Um, and and that's a very like abstract sounding description, but it's just um, a piece for you to stay in a type of sonic meditation. And as I said, the videos are meant to keep you focused. That's all. It's about cultivating a type of continuous, alert, pleasant focus, mental focus on sound, so that you don't get too spaced out, or so you don't go off to somewhere else or daydreaming. It's not music for daydreaming or multitasking or for working out. It's really just music for developing continuous positive focus through a type of a continually unfolding consonance, which doesn't get, for me, too boring, um, because traditional consonants, like listening to a major chord over and over again, to me that gets boring and that gets annoying. So I'm trying to create a type of unfolding consonants which won't get boring or irritating for me, but that's just my response. And your response, your mileage may vary. You um, for some people, this will just hit them just right, and for others, it won't. And it will depend on your mood. Sometimes you'll be in the mood for this, sometimes you won't. I mean, for me, the music I want to hear is the music that matches the mood that I'm in right now, and so I write different types of music for the different types of mood that I'm in, which is sometimes for dancing, sometimes for singing, sometimes for physical movement. But for this, like this, sometimes it's just for sitting and breathing, maintaining posture, and checking in with my body and my hearing, and just chilling out. And yeah. Um, I may have to close this session pretty soon. I have to continue in a few days. Um, so, how about you? because I think I actually have got to run some errands outside, and